Christ's love online. Reminder, this video is part of the summer book club that Heather from A Catholic Mom's Life is hosting. It is on chapter 11, which is all about the internet, and all of the other ladies who are posting about chapter 11 are linked below, so check them out. If you take anything away from this video, I hope it's that we are called to spread Christ's love wherever we go. So if we go online, we are called to spread Christ's love online. There's a lot of negativity online, as we all know, a lot of haters, a lot of debates that get nasty. I mean, debating is good, but getting nasty and saying mean things and looking down on the other person on the other side of the debate is not loving or Christ-like. And I love how the author touches on this. The author says, treat people online as you would in real life. I wish everyone did this. I wish everyone did this when they were driving as well. You know, as Catholics, we really need to not fall into the trap of, oh, I'm anonymous, so I can be a jerk. You're not anonymous. God sees what you're doing. You need to spread Christ's love. Don't fall into the negativity trap. The author also reminds us to not allow cyberbullying. I can't really speak to other internet platforms because I'm not on a lot of platforms, but for YouTube, my plan for cyberbullying is to just delete any comments that are hateful and nasty. Thankfully, I haven't had to do that so far. But yeah, if someone comments and they're very nasty, I will just delete it. But if someone comments, you know, in opposition to something that I said, but they're respectful, I will definitely reply and, you know, let their comment appear on my channel. The author talks about how the internet can support the church. I think this is so beautiful that, you know, we as lay people can spread our experiences online. We can build each other up. I love so many Catholic websites. I love the USCCB, Formed. I love that the early church fathers' writings are online. I love that St. Faustina's diary, all about Jesus's divine mercy, is online. There's so much online. I'll link my favorite things below. The author talks about blogs and podcasts. I have never really gotten into blogs because I've always had books that I want to read, so I just haven't had that extra reading time for blogs. Same goes for podcasts. I do like the Catholic Feminist podcast. The author talks about Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. I don't really like any of those platforms. I know some Catholics use those platforms very well, and they spread Christ's love through them, but they're just not right for me. I love photos, and so I originally loved Facebook. I mean, when it first came out, it was only, well, for Harvard students and then for Ivy League students, but then other college students, Catholic students from Catholic universities were part of Facebook, and it was only for college students. So it was an exclusive thing, and it was just easy to share photos from college events, and I loved it, and I posted so many photos on there. But then when Facebook was opened up to everyone, it just wasn't the same, and now I find it to be so negative and so politically divisive. We're all in this together, we're all in this world together, and we should be debating respectfully and trying to see the other side. Facebook for me is just so negative. I do have an account, but that is only because, for example, my neighborhood women's group, they communicate primarily through the Facebook group, so I will not have the updates on the neighborhood, you know, someone lost their dog. There are dogs lost like all the time in our neighborhood. So I'm an animal lover and that's important to me. So that's one example of why I have a Facebook account, but I do try to stay off of it as much as possible because there's just so much negativity and it's just not for me. Also with Facebook and Instagram and everything, I feel that everyone posts their highlight reel, the highlight reel of their life, which is great, but then people fall into the trap of comparing themselves to other people's highlight reels, and I just don't want to be a part of that. If you want to see my beautiful photos from my wedding and vacations, come over and I'll show you all my photo books. I have a lot of photo books because I love photos. But I do try not to really post them. I don't want someone who's having a bad day to see 50 photos of me sitting on a Spanish beach thinking that that's my life. That's not my life. I was only in Spain for like a week. Although I know some people use those platforms in a very healthy way, but it's just not for me. I know people will say to that, oh, well then I post, no makeup photos, or I post about the bad day that I'm having. But I don't want to do that either because I don't want to spread negativity. I only want to spread positivity. A face with no makeup is not negative, but I present myself online the way that I would going to the grocery store. I wear very little makeup, but I do wear a little, so I do online as well. It actually looks like I have bags right now, but it's just like how my eyes are set in my face. The author talks about Catholic YouTube and YouTube. Obviously, I'm a fan of YouTube because I'm on YouTube. I got into YouTube because I love watching comedians on YouTube. Years ago, I saw this video, Stuff Catholic Girls Say, and I loved it, and I looked for more videos like that, and there were some, but none that I really liked like that video. Then I found Catholic YouTubers, and I thought of starting a channel and calling it Catholic Kristen, but I was like, no, I'm not ready for all that negativity and all the haters. And so I just tried to put that idea away, but obviously I couldn't deny it. Another reason why I was slow to join YouTube is because a lot of the things that I read, a lot of the books that I like, will have nihil obstat, which in Latin means nothing hinders or nothing stands in the way. And that is an official Catholic censor who is certifying that the work contains nothing against the Catholic faith or morals. And you'll also see imprimatur, which in Latin means let it be printed. And that is the bishop's declaration that the work is free from doctrinal error. Because I like to see that in the books that I read, I was hesitant to speak on behalf of the church because I'm just your average everyday Catholic and I don't have nihil obstat or imprimatur, and I never want to misrepresent the church. No good Catholic wants to misrepresent the church. So that's why I was hesitant. But I noticed a lot of good Catholic websites do not have nihil obstat or imprimatur. And I think that's just because blog posts and articles are published online at such a quick rate that the church can't monitor all of it. And I mean, who knows, maybe this will improve in the future, but I have noticed a lot of really good Catholic websites won't have it. I think that, the staff or the board of that website or organization are just collectively very careful not to misrepresent the church. And so that is what I do with this channel. I am very careful not to misrepresent the church. If I ever do misrepresent the church, please feel free to correct me in the comments. As long as you're respectful and loving, I will gladly read it and respond. But if you're nasty and disrespectful, I'll delete it. So I'm on YouTube mainly because there are a lot of great young Catholic YouTubers, and there are a lot of great videos on YouTube, priests, homilies, and theologians and philosophers. There's just not much on YouTube between those two. Thankfully, I found this group of women. We're all doing this book club. We're all middle-aged lay women, and that's the type of channel that I was looking for. And so I'm glad that I have found these women, but we are a really small group compared to all of the YouTubers online. So I'm really glad that I started this channel so other lay people like me who are looking for like a middle-aged perspective on life can watch my videos. And there are so many misconceptions about the church, and I know that some people just aren't willing to watch, an hour video by a Jesuit priest, for example, but they might watch an 8-minute video by an average everyday Catholic like me. The author talks about safety. Be safe online. Privacy is important. I try not to put much of my private life online. I know it's ironic because I share a lot of my personal spiritual life online now through this channel, but I don't share where I live. And generally, I would say if you meet someone online, don't meet them in real life, generally, especially if you're under the age of 18. Just don't do it. Protect yourself. If you are an adult and you want to meet someone, I would say meet them for Mass at church, and that's it. So I would be open to meeting other Catholics that I've met through YouTube, but I would just want to meet for Mass at church or adoration. The author talks about respecting family online. This is so important. If you have a family member that is difficult, don't bash them online. That's not positive or spreading Christ's love. Also, if you have a family member that you love dearly, don't share their personal information online. For example, my husband is very supportive of me doing these videos, but he does not want to be on YouTube. So I doubt you'll ever see him on this channel, and I will do my best to not share anything too private from his life. The author also talks about stalking virtual friends. This is another reason why I don't like Facebook. I genuinely care about all the people that I've met throughout life. So, if someone connects with me on Facebook from 20 years ago, naturally I'll want to see what they've been up to. But then my next thought is, this is unnatural. It's stalking. If I ran into this person in the grocery store, I don't want to tell them, hey, I saw your wedding photos online and your last 3 vacations, and I know all your kids' names. No, if I see them in the grocery store, I want to say, hey, how are you? Tell me about your life. And I want to hear it from them. I don't like stalking. I don't think it's healthy, and I don't think we should do it. So just a reminder again, treat people online as you would in real life. Spread Christ's love online, and check out all the other ladies linked below. I hope you have a wonderful Monday. Bye-bye.